The Starfish Project, Restoring Hope to Exploited Women. The Starfish Project was started by Jenny McGee, who founded the 501c3 with the purpose of trying to improve the lives of exploited women in the Starfish Project works through holistic care programs as a social enterprise, and the women create jewelry as well as receiving job training for management, accountant, graphic design, and photography employment. They also have a healthcare, shelter, counseling, and education services for women and their families. And at this point, since its founding in 2006, the Starfish Project has employed over 130 women and has served thousands through the community outreach services. The vision statement for Starfish Project is See Every Woman Valued. The method incorporates 3 different components to expose and empower the women to a potential outside of human trafficking and sex trafficking. They experience freedom through programs, as well as helping establish independence in the holistic care programs and life skills training, and then also developing career potential through specialized vocational training, including graphic design, photography, and accounting, as previously mentioned. The strategic goals are also listed as core values on the website, including growth, and they believe every person is capable of professional, relational, and emotional growth. They also seek to encourage authentic relationships that are built on trust, humility, and kindness, because, of course, women who have been sexually exploited have definitely had their relationship building skills challenged with the nature of the work. They also celebrate people at the Starfish Project, trying to emphasize the unique accomplishments and appreciating the gifts, talents, and culture that each individual brings. They also hold themselves to a high standard of excellence, completing everything to the best of their ability. The change the organization is seeking to make is empowering exploited women, and it's named after a parable. The parable goes like this. One day an old man was walking along the beach, and he saw a young man surrounded by several thousand starfish, picking up each individual starfish and throwing it back into the water. When he called the young man's attention to all the starfish around him and asked the young man how he would ever make a difference, the young man smiled, picked up another starfish, and chucked it into the water, saying, "Well, I made a difference to that one." So definitely a note to the tenacious nature. But the Starfish Project is empowering women with freedom, independence, and career skills through services provided, including medical, educational, and emotional. Their impact is being tracked through several metrics, including the number of women and community members reached. Again, over 130 women are employed, with thousands served through their community outreach services. They also partner with several generous donors, including the Caring Foundation, Geneva Global, the Sparrow Charitable Foundation, 10 Talents, First Fruits, World Vision, and other individual donors who have all been vetted. They also take a note from some of our readings this week, like Choi and Gray called that social enterprises do take longer to generate funds because of the control that owners and founders seek in aligning their profits with the social mission that they're trying to tackle. They're also an excellent example of a social entrepreneurship described by Bornstein and Davis as a process by which citizens build or develop institutions to advance solutions to problems such as poverty, human rights abuses, and corruption in order to make life better for many. There are also annual reports available on the website. The 2017 annual report reports $1.3 million in revenue coming from sales, donations, and non-operating income. And expenses for the year also total $1.3 million, being deployed through social enterprise, holistic care programs, and administrative cost, with a little over $2,000 being carried into fiscal year 2018. So if we examine the impact of doing good through the social enterprises expenses at the Starfish Project, we see a majority of those are incurred through the cost of goods. There are also sales expenses, but greater amounts of revenue coming from operational expenses as well as the vocational training opportunities provided to women. Over last year, the company saw a 44.5% growth. Holistic care programs that they are providing incur expenses, especially through vocational training, as well as beneficiary support, including child education benefits, health care and insurance, and living allowances. And then career development is the next biggest expense incurred, with counseling, shelter, and program cost, as well as community outreach rounding out expenses in the holistic care. Some of the highlights for the year include 38 women receiving safe housing, employment, vocational training, counseling, and healthcare, as well as 38 women receiving training with literacy, computers, accounting, management, math, photography, and other skills. There were 26 children impacted through their mother's participation in their aftercare programs, with over 132 women employed since 2006, and again, a 44% sales growth over year 2016. The company is also growing in popularity, as demonstrated with their 17,000 followers on Instagram, and moving from one jewelry release to 4 different lines released in 2017, and new Starfish Project packaging. Other insight from the reading this week, I found some parallels with motivations of a social entrepreneur and the Starfish Project. So Bornstein and Davis call out that social entrepreneurs exhibit a strong sense of accountability, and Jenny McGee definitely exhibits that from her work in brothels in Asia, and then trying to figure out how that was going to turn around and make an impact on the community, and it's really taken off over the last decade. Martin and Osberg also call out that social entrepreneurs aim for and ultimately affect the establishment of a new stable equilibrium that secures permanent benefit for the targeted group and society at large. So Jenny and her board and employees and other community members at this time are trying to show these women an alternative income, building skills, and also providing basic human rights accessibility for these folks. So in conclusion, the Starfish Project tackles human rights issues with education, job training, and access to basic healthcare needs. And the contributions that financially make this possible come from donors as well as jewelry-generated revenue to support the needs of this 501c3 that was founded in 2011 and launched in 2006. So it is a social enterprise very much in action, and my references websites and online articles. But thanks for checking out the Starfish Project.